Welcome to another episode of What's Up Irvine. I'm Curtis Drever, your host, and this podcast is about everything that makes Irvine such a great city. Its people, its culture, influence, and opportunities. My hope is that by following this, you'll learn something new and interesting about our city and feel more connected to our community. So today we have a special guest in our studio, Miss Mayor Farrah Khan, our mayor of Irvine. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Yes. And I like to, before we kind of jump into our questions, I just like to read a little bit of a bio or background on you because some of our viewers may not know who you are if they don't live in our city. But so I'll just start out there, then we'll kind of jump into things. Okay. So Mayor Khan grew up in Northern California and began her career in the biotech and innovation industry. She and her family moved to Irvine in 2004, where her two sons have had the privilege of attending Irvine schools since kindergarten. She and her husband also serve as legacy partners with the Irvine Public School Foundation. Mayor Khan made history in November 2020, becoming the 23rd mayor of Irvine. She not only received the highest number of votes for the position of mayor in the city's history, but also shattered the glass ceiling as the first woman of color to hold the position and the first Muslim woman to lead a large city in the United States. And you were just reelected.
That's right.
So congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
That wasn't
Thank
too
you.
long ago. So 4 more years?
No, 2 more.
2 more.
So our years are 2.
2 more years. Okay, I should know that, but okay, I've only lived in the city a long time. But anyways, back to you. Mayor Khan's focus is ensuring that Irvine is a leader throughout Orange County and California when it comes to innovation and technology, maintaining a healthy environment, combating climate change, and protecting the health and wellness of Irvine's diverse community. So thank you very much for being on the show. There's a little bit of background. And so you're mayor of Irvine.
Right.
What has being mayor taught you about life?
Wow, a lot, really. I think one of the most important things is you get to learn about the city. So the ins, the outs, the under the streets, everything. And I think that's really special. But the most important part is you get to learn more and integrate more within the community.
Okay. So going back, I'm going to go back to your upbringing there. So what is the greatest thing, or actually the best lesson, not greatest thing, the best lesson your mom or dad taught you about life or just taught you?
Sure. I think, for us, our parents always talked about giving back to the community. So it was a lot of, serving the community, giving back. That was important. And I'm the oldest of 3 girls. So my dad also taught us to go out and set goals for ourselves, achieve those goals and know that we were able to do anything we wanted to do.
3 girls?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay. So did you share clothes and everything too?
Not really. We were a few years apart.
Okay.
And we all had our own styles, so it didn't really work
happen.
out. Yes.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so that's good. What fond memory or story do you have from childhood that stands out?
It stands out. Gosh, I love roller coasters, and a lot of people might not know why, but I think when I was younger and my sisters were much younger, we were at Great America, which is like an amusement park up north.
Okay.
And my dad took me on my first roller coaster ride. And it was very exciting. And it just made me feel like, I was old enough to get on this ride because it had loops in it. But at the same time, I felt like, I was strong enough. He made me feel like I was strong enough to take it. And at the end of the day, I think it sparked my love of roller coasters.
Okay.
And so I know when my boys were little, I took them on roller coaster rides. And, one of them likes it, one doesn't, but that's okay.
So going on a roller coaster ride, just all of a sudden, just like you kind of pushed the limits and you said, wow.
It's scary, and then you kind of get over that fear. And, for me, it became a challenge. Like, what's a more difficult roller coaster I could get on? You kind of push your limits a little bit. And I think, going from one amusement park to another, I've tried so many different ones. I still enjoy it till today.
That's fun. So do you have like a favorite?
Gosh, my favorite, you know, it'll have to be the old school ones. The tidal wave at Great America was one of my favorite. It was a big loop. But out here, I would say, you know, the Incredicoaster at Disneyland is a lot of fun.
Okay.
So, you know,
Did you ever go to Santa Cruz? The beach
I have
and boardwalk?
gone, yes,
the Big Dipper?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm from
I've
that
been on
area
there as well,
so
yeah.
I remember that as a kid.
Yeah.
That's an old school one.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Okay. Wow. Since we're talking about roller coasters, that's an interesting fact about you. So what's the farthest away roller coaster that you've gone on? Like what country or state, or has it all been? I'm just curious.
Gosh.
Did you travel somewhere specifically to go to a roller coaster?
No, I don't think I am that much of a fanatic. But I think, you know, in Chicago, there was an amusement park, and I can't remember. I was a lot younger, but tried out the roller coasters out there. So it's, you know, wherever there's an opportunity. Okay,
so we have a risk-taking mayor who loves roller coasters to push her limits, and that's opened up doors to other things.
You want to come ride? I'll go with you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. I used to love those, but anyways, haven't been on one for a while. So, but thank you for the offer. Back to your life. Do you have a tipping point in your life that really changed your direction?
Gosh, it would have to be when my firstborn. He was born in August of 2001.
Okay.
And then, you know, in September of 2001 is when 9/11 happened.
Right.
And I remember taking him, he was maybe a few months old at the time. I was taking him to his routine doctor's appointment. And a nurse made a comment. And it was odd. It was uncomfortable. And it just kind of made me think because, you know, I grew up in San Francisco. I grew up in the East Bay. So I've always been around a diverse group of people, never really faced any sort of, you know, discriminatory, you know, issues. But that day was probably my first, and I think it was more impactful because it wasn't towards me. It was towards my son, which was, you know, I was a new mom.
Okay.
And I just felt that the remark made was just so... It was just hurtful where I just remember like, you know, just wrapping him up and walking out the door and saying,
oh, wow,
I'm done here. And, you know, it got me thinking on looking at myself first, you know, and kind of seeing if there were biases that I held and then looking out into the community.
Okay.
And kind of understanding that so many people go through so much on a daily basis. How can I make that better?
Okay.
And I think that was a pivotal moment for me to become more active, not only with social issues, but politically as well.
Okay. Well, that's a big, you know, situation or incident, I guess, that I can see how that would change.
Yeah.
So that's like 20 years ago or so, right?
Yeah.
2000. Yeah. So, well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So thank you. So back to mayor, what is it like? What is it like being mayor, I guess? Just
it's a lot of hard work.
Okay.
You know, it's being the face of the city. It's being the voice of the city. And it's really taking in things that you hear. So I think I hear a lot at the grocery store. I'll hear things in the parks. And you know, through PTAs and through other channels. And it's really keeping an ear to the ground and knowing what the needs are in the community and bringing them back when we're talking about policies and making sure that we're continuing to keep Irvine a safe city, a city where people feel included, a city where, you know, we're growing and we're thriving.
Yes.
But we still like that small village feel of our neighborhoods.
Yes.
So keeping it all together.
Yeah, it's challenging. Yeah. So, do you have any downtime?
No.
I was going to say, because you're just what you said.
I try to carve out time here and there, but.
As you go around, though, you're always listening. I guess because you're kind of looked to as like the leader of the city. And so you have to have take in a lot of information, I guess. So
It is, you know, I mean, my day is full of, you know, either phone calls or meetings or I'm at events. And I love that. I love being out in the community and being close to our community members. And that's what keeps me going.
So it kind of ties to the next question. So what do you love most about being mayor? Enjoy most?
You know, I enjoy most, one, learning the ins and outs of how the city even works. That's been an eye-opener. And two, learning more about the people that I'm around. You know, that's been amazing. The friendships I've made, the communities that I've built. It's a wonderful opportunity to be just immersed in your city.
You would definitely take on a different perspective of everything.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, what do you like in most? But also on the other side, what's the toughest part, or is there, you know, what is the most challenging or toughest part about being mayor?
There's a lot. I think the hardest part is when you have differing opinions and you have to make a decision, and you know, no matter what decision you make, there's going to be someone that's unhappy. But at the end of the day, you really have to look at the city as a whole.
Yes.
And you have to look at a vision of the city 10, 20 years down the line, right? What may not seem the best right now, but is going to be good for the city in the long run. And upsetting a few people now, but hoping that they'll see the bigger vision, the bigger picture. I think that's tough sometimes because people do get upset. And a lot of people are passionate about the issues that we're facing. And so it's really letting them know that, you know, any decision that's being made, it's not for or against anybody. It's really looking at what's beneficial now and in the future for our city.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to predict things or see that far out because people want here and now. We're so used to internet time where everything's instant, like a decision. I want it to help me right now, but
yeah. And I always share this one opportunity we had. This is maybe 20 years ago. Is you know, there was conversations about building a light rail into the city, and the voters voted it down. And, you know, now I hear from the community all the time, like, why don't we have light rail? Why don't we have better public transportation? And I go back, well, you know, 20 years ago, when the planning was starting, we voted it down here. And that's why there is light rail being built in Orange County, but it ends at Santa Ana, it doesn't come into Irvine.
Okay.
And so sometimes, you know, when you think, oh, you know, we're a small community, we don't need light rail, it's going to mess up our streets. But now we're like, no, we really should have went ahead with that.
It's hard to predict.
It's hard.
It is.
But now we know that our city is growing and it's going to continue to grow for a while. Yeah. We're one of the top 10 fastest growing cities in the nation.
Top 10, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so we have to really look with that lens to make sure that we are sustainable in the long run, that as populations come in, are we making the decisions that are going to be beneficial in 10, 20 years?
Yes. I think I've heard like we're around 310, 20,000.
Almost official 310, but I think we're hitting about 320,000 right now.
And it could become a pretty big city based upon just where we are.
We're the second largest city in Orange County now, 13th largest in the state.
Okay. Okay, I had to think about what that means.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big city.
That is a pretty big city.
Yeah, Irvine, you know, I've lived here a long time and it's become it's a real hub, and I think it's the, I don't know, I'll brag on the city because that's one reason I'm doing this is it's like a great, I won't say, maybe I shouldn't say powerhouse, but it's really a substantial city that's taking on a lot of, and really putting Orange County on the map, and maybe that's a better way.
I mean, when you look at our companies that are headquartered here, that are providing jobs for our community, it's incredible. MedTech is huge here. You look at hospital and healthcare, you know, with Hoag expanding, UCI Medical Center being built, City of Hope building their hospital here. We've got Kaiser, Providence, Memorial Care. And all of these places are offering more and more opportunities for our community to stay healthy. And they're building on those preventive programs that are so important right now.
And then also just all the trickle effect with jobs and all those things too. So, wow. Yeah, Irvine's happening and continue to happen. Yeah. Well, actually, what do you like most about our city since we're...
What do I like most?
If you can...
Gosh, I would say I love our people. I think we have some of the most amazing community members here. But I do love our open space. You know,
I do.
1/3 of our land is designated open space. The trails, you can go a few miles and hike in a beautiful open environment
Yeah.
and not even know that you're in a city.
I know it is pretty. I see amazing again. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Take advantage of our open space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really special.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons I came to Irvine too, is the open space and the parks. And
Yes.
So, and you've enjoyed that as well. So, and
Oh,
still
yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah.
What can our viewers do for you? Whoever's watching this
Oh.
can, like, I don't know, figure I'd ask you that.
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. I don't know. I guess, get to know me. Well, people already do. So they do stop me in the grocery stores, and it's okay.
I got to get home and eat, but okay.
I'll stop and talk. But I think it's important for our community to feel that they are welcome at City Hall. And I love the opportunity that if they have concerns or issues, that they feel that they can reach out to me.
Okay.
I think, one of the things that I did when I first got elected in 2018 was that I reached out to community members and said, hey, if you have issues, you have concerns, here's my information. I'm very active on social media.
Okay.
Have a lot of interaction there. Out and about in the community. So if you see me out there, don't be shy. Come say hi.
That's good. And you're very active. You've come to a lot of Love Irvine events and been very supportive. I see you. I do follow you on social media, so you're all over the place, and that's good. That's how you keep in tune with the city and the people. So
Absolutely.
So okay. Well, thank you for sharing that too. A couple fun questions. Do you have a favorite whenever you do have spare time? Do you have a favorite hobby or?
Oh, I don't have time for a hobby.
Or yeah, okay.
My hobby is reading emails in the middle of the night.
Okay,
But,
we got to talk about that. No.
I do. I'll enjoy a great meal. So
Okay,
and I think we have some great restaurants in Irvine.
that's for sure.
And I do the Taste of Irvine food tour
Okay.
once a month. So if community members are
Oh wait,
interested,
that's once a month. I thought it was an annual thing.
no, it's once a month. So the chamber has their
Okay,
Taste of Orange County. That's a week-long event,
that's
restaurant week.
what I was thinking.
But we do our Taste of Irvine. So once a month, I put it out there where I'm going, and up to 12 to 15 people are invited. They just sign up.
First come, first serve. Okay,
And join me for dinner.
okay.
So we'll try out some food, get to know who the restaurateur is, what got them to open up their restaurant.
I like that.
And try out some new food. And
I like that.
And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food and people, that's just goes hand in hand.
Yes.
So good way to get to know people too. So
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something new. Taste of Irvine.
That's right.
Taste of Irvine. Okay. And well, you kind of answered. Oh, actually, do you have a favorite food or dish? If you go out to dinner or something,
Favorite
what's a
food or
go-to
dish?
or cuisine type of cuisine?
I love sushi.
Sushi. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I can have that anytime.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime. Breakfast.
Well, maybe not breakfast.
Okay.
Lunch or dinner anytime.
Lunch or dinner. So, yeah. Well, there's a lot of good sushi places too. So, I kind of will have one kind of last question, really, and for those that are viewers who are watching it for the first time, they're trying to get to know you. So, what would you like someone to know about you? A takeaway.
Gosh, takeaway. It depends. That's a good question. I'm just very laid back. I think a lot of people when they see me at work, they see the mayor and I'm doing my job, and I'm usually very serious about the job I do. But outside of that, I'm a very laid back person, easygoing, and I just enjoy a good time.
So that makes you more approachable.
Absolutely.
So if someone's in the grocery line, they can come up and, well, within reason.
Well, they're the reasons my kids don't go grocery shopping with me anymore.
Okay. Takes too long, right?
Takes too long.
Like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, well, thank you for being our guest here on the show. And I was going to say to our followers, if you like what you're hearing, just please, wherever you're following us on social media, either like us or follow us. And also, if you have someone that you think would be interesting to talk to, that we should talk to, or a topic, please email us at info@loveirvine.org, info@loveirvine.org, and we'll take a look at it. And again, thank you for joining us on the show of What's Up Irvine, our last episode of What's Up Irvine.